So why does the body attack itself in autoimmune conditions? The reality is that we don't have all this figured out, but we do understand that there is some genetic predisposition. Something seems to trigger this in people who are more prone to autoimmune conditions, and then there's some kind of immune dysregulation. So in people with certain genetic findings, they are more prone to developing autoimmune conditions. It doesn't mean that everyone that has this genetic profile is going to develop an autoimmune condition. It just means that they're a little bit higher risk. And thus, you do see that autoimmune conditions tends to run at a higher rate in people within the same families. So your immune system is supposed to protect you from foreign elements, viruses, bacteria, other things. In some people, after they've been exposed to either some kind of common virus, bacteria, or low-level trauma, their immune system can get more revved up, more riled up. So imagine if you have a sinus infection or upper respiratory infection, you may not only have a runny nose and fullness around the eyes, you can also then develop fevers and then even muscle aches. That's an example of the immune system being a bit overreactive and something that really all of us actually develop from time to time. But in people who are more prone to autoimmune conditions, what can happen is that chronic inflammation doesn't stop, it continues. And the body now, instead of just focusing on foreign elements that are not supposed to be there, has now developed some kind of immune dysregulation, which then causes it to identify your own body, that could be the joints, the skin, other organs, as foreign, and starts to attack it, causing chronic inflammation. And that chronic inflammation, if left unchecked, ends up causing damage, chronic disability, chronic problems, and a lot of all the other issues that you see in chronic autoimmune patients. So to some extent, inflammation is a body's normal response to injury, toxin, or infection. That's normal. But in autoimmune patients, it doesn't stop, it doesn't stay regulated, it progresses and then starts to attack your own body in a more chronic manner. And so it's not that acute inflammation is a problem, it's that chronic unchecked inflammation becomes the problem.